right, it is episode number 682 of Let There Be Talk, solo again. I'm enjoying doing the solo episodes, and it seems like you guys are digging it too. And so, yeah, fuck it. Come on once a week or so, shoot the shit about stuff I've been doing, stuff that's going on out in the world, and still have guests, but, I'm just trying to get it together here. Piece myself back together. Welcome to what's today? Monday the 6th. Oh, it's Axl Rose's birthday. I think he's like 61 or 2. Out there just making gazillions, singing his ass off, touring nonstop. Happy birthday to that man. It's an onslaught of Aquarius this week. It's like Duff, me, and Axl, and who else? Oh, my good buddy Del James. All kinds of people all in 1 week. So thank you. I want to tell everybody for the happy birthday wishes and all the DMs and text and everything. Means the world to me. 57 years old. Pretty fucking wild. And 57 is just a dumb number. It's so weird when you look at birthdays and you think like, it's just a 57, but 60, that'll be a milestone. Then I'll have a big ripper party and everybody will say, you're old, you're 60. But any birthday is a milestone. Let's just be honest. You make it another year and you're like, fuck. And I don't sit there and go, oh man, I'm old. I sit down and I go, okay, I'm doing exactly what I want to do. I want to do comedy. And I've been doing that for 14 years. This is my 14th year. I like to podcast. I love getting out there, meeting you guys, and, putting some sentences together that may make you laugh. Speaking of that, show next week, Elko, Nevada, 2 nights. Elko, Nevada. And then the following week will be San Francisco homecoming show, Punchline, February 22, 23, 24, 25. So both the dates are on the website, Dean Delray. I didn't know. When are you coming? I didn't know. There you go. That's all I can do. That's all I can do is I can say it in a microphone. I can say it on social media. I can type it up, put it out there. That's all I can do. And had a good birthday. Had spent it with some friends. Headlined out in Palm Springs. Felt good. It's so weird to headline on and off. Like you do like, the Comedy Store all week. You do like 15-minute spots. And then maybe I go out and open for Burr or Joey Diaz or somebody and do 20, 25. And then I go out and headline and you're doing an hour and you got to string all your material together and make it flow and have like a great thread to where people are fucking laughing. It's not all clunky. Like here's joke number 4. Now here's joke number 5. But anyway, felt good. Got to see some old friends. It was wild. Some people I haven't seen in like 20, 25 years came out to the Palm Springs Agua Caliente Casino. That's where I was. Did a one-nighter there. And the audience was amazing. It was a mix of red and blue. And that's always a great combination in a room when you get some people that are way into one joke. Yeah, fuck yeah, that's funny. And then you do something else and they're like, wait a minute, that ain't fucking funny. That might be about me. Then all of a sudden they don't like you and they're looking at you like, you better win me back. Nah, man. That ain't how it works, man. I'm just up here fucking slinging sentences, like I said. And it was great out in Palm Springs. I can't think of a better place to spend my birthday than Palm Springs. I absolutely love the desert. I've been going like crazy since COVID. I've been going like crazy for years, but since COVID, I've really fallen in love with it out there. And a lot of the shops, a lot of the food, and then of course just the incredible mountains and desert scenery. And I somebody hipped me to this store out there. It was called Market Market. And I go to this store all the time out there called Mojave Flea, which is basically kind of like a big store of different vendors that make shit. I'm into smell good shit. I'm like metrosexual. Remember those? Remember those guys? They didn't know. They weren't sure if you're gay or not. So they're like, I think he's a metro. It's a straight dude that likes to possibly dress gay or smell gay. How do you smell gay? You just smell clean. Ah, you smell gay. Fucking people. They're crazy, right? Anyway, I love to smell good. I love oils and incense. I like my house to smell good. I like my ass to smell good. I like my armpits to smell good. I like to smell good. I shower, man. I fucking shower. Stinky ass is the worst, man. Secondhand ass. I've said it before. You get on a plane and you sit in a seat and a guy just had fucking stink ass, and now you've got secondhand ass on your jeans. Perfectly clean jeans. Now it just smells like someone else's ass. I keep it clean out there. But so I go to the store, Mojave Flea. They always have people that make shit. I love like the Grail's the proof of it. I love people that make stuff and work outside the box on their own shit. So I go to the store all the time and I'm in there and they go, oh, by the way, we have a new store up the street. And the woman just kind of describes it as just a, it's a kind of a cool used clothing store. I was like, oh, I'll go check it out. Now, I'm not a big, I used to be way into like vintage clothes and, just like cool old Levi's and jackets, but they make such great shit now that blows that old vintage stuff away and fit and finish and everything. So I'm just kind of like, yeah, I'm not really into used clothes, but I decided to go check it out. And this woman totally described the store wrong. I'm blown away. So I pull up, it's in a like an old kind of outdoor, indoor, kind of a, funky looking strip mall at the south end of Palm Springs. It looks like it's going to be bunk. I pull up, I'm like, what is this? See a couple people walking out that are dressed kind of like cowboys. Actual cowboys, those guys that dress like cowboys in 2023. I love it. I don't knock anybody. My neighbor dresses like a cowboy. I call him Cowboy Rob. He's just straight up cowboy, Los Angeles cowboy. Not knocking it at all. Matter of fact, I saw a couple girls wearing ostrich cowboy boots. And, I rocked cowboy boots back in the 80s, full on. GNR style with some spurs, skin tight pants inside the boot, pointier the better. Later, then you get in. You got different eras of boots. You got the pointy ones, the old Tony Lamas, that look, love it. And then you've got the Stoner Almond Brothers Acme, the square toe. That boot. It's always brown. It's got the brass ring on the side. When I was young, my mom bought me some boots and I loved that show Wild Wild West. And, he always had boots, and then under the heel, he'd have like a little grenade or smoke bomb or some kind of sniffing salt to knock people out. He's like the cowboy James Bond. And so I remember my mom bought me some boots and I pried the heel off to see if there's any kind of fucking smoke bomb under there or whatever. And it just ruined the brand new pair of boots. Oh man. Hot Wheel track was flying. Hot Wheel. But anyway, so I go into the store, Market. Opened up the door, I look in, and it is fucking massive. It's 40,000 square feet. It's an old supermarket, and all the walls are knocked out. And it's got like exposed air conditioning ducts and everything. And what it is basically like, mid-century furniture, old art, and clothing, and just, a gamut of stuff that is all high end and amazing stuff that have come out of these mid-centuries when people die in their homes out in Palm Springs. And then, people, instead of having estate sales, they put it in the shop now. And it blew my mind. There was like furniture in there. If you wanted to make your place look like Clockwork Orange, cocaine, 80s futuristic den, they had that. If you wanted to look straight up Mad Men, they had that furniture. And then in the corners, they had clothing and paintings, like rad paintings and old photos. There's this incredible photo of Martin Luther King, his first headshot. It was like an authentic photo. It was insane, man. I was like, God damn, the shop was just loaded with beautiful, crazy stuff. And it was so big. You could have a football game in there easily. So if you're out in Palm Springs, man, go check this place out. Market. Really, really insane. And then Mojave Flea is a great shop. I spun out to Joshua Tree, of course, and went out to Pioneer Town, and just the weather was perfect, and just kind of cruised around in the, that old West Town. And I hadn't been in a bit. I hadn't been out there in probably about 4 months because they did the Marcus King tour. And then, of course, I was dealing with my mom and everything. So I have not been out to the desert in a while. And it was great to get back out there, and felt good. A little decompress, do some comedy. Came back and had some good food with some friends. Did a comedy all weekend. I was at the store. I was at the Improv. I was at the Laugh Factory. I was everywhere. By the way, Comedy Store has dropped a vinyl box set, 50-year anniversary of the Comedy Store, and it's albums of all these different eras. And I had the honor of being on one of the records, and you can also stream it right now on iTunes, which is just amazing to be part of that. Today was the first day I heard it, and it choked me up, man. It choked me up a little bit because I was just like, God, I'm part of these. You see these names, and you're just like, I'm in there. That is just incredible. And my joke is it's not half bad. It's recorded in the main room. it was a rocking night, and the audio quality of it sounds great. So I was really happy to be part of that. And God, go check it out. There's so many people on this. And get the vinyl, because in case it ever goes out of print, man, don't miss out on this full 50-year anniversary. It's like old jokes from people in the 70s and 80s and 90s. And it's just a history lesson in comedy, all on vinyl or streaming if you want. But thanks, Comedy Store, for having me. Very, very cool. I forgot to mention, speaking of going places, I forgot to mention last episode that when I was in New York, I ended up going and seeing the Virgil Abloh exhibit in Brooklyn at the Brooklyn Museum. And oh man, this thing is incredible. They got a whole section of the museum dedicated to Virgil, and all of his all of his designs and his art and his sneakers, and it just has this kind of beautiful combo of hip hop and sneaker culture and fashion all in one. It's ending at the end of the month. I'm so happy I got to see it because it really knocked me out. it wasn't really big, but it was well worth it. And just for me, just alone to see all the sneakers that he did, there was some that never came out. And then there was he did that big Louis Vuitton collab for a few years. He was designing for them. There was something in there that knocked me out and really took me back to the 70s when I was young. And it was a bat kite. It was a Louis Vuitton bat kite. Now, I don't know if you've grown up in the 70s or 80s, or if you are, grew up in the 90s or whatever. I haven't really looked, and I should have looked on I'm sure they're on eBay all over, but the old school bat kite. It's so weird to think about how simple life was pre-internet. You go to the supermarket and you would buy a kite for like $3. They had different ones. They had the standard one where you had the wood sticks and you kind of made a cross, like a Jesus Christ, cross. And then the kite, you stretch the kite over the crosses. And that was more kind of like the, almost the Christian version of a kite, just real safe. And, you're out with your parents flying a kite, like, yay, we've got a kite. And you had to put a tail on it so it wouldn't fucking just crash. For some reason, the tail made it just soar all cool. But then there was the evil kite. That was more of my speed. And it was shaped like a bat, like Batman, the Batman logo. It was always made of plastic. And I remember specifically, you'd buy rolls of string, and I would try to get like 5 rolls and make that thing go up like 2-3 miles in the sky to where you can't see it. Or you and your buddies would get kites and you tie razor blades onto the bat wing part, and you fucking try to take each other out, just slicing a string. You slice a string or his kite, it goes soaring. And then there was always that kite failure where you're flying it and it got caught up on a power line, or the string broke and went like a mile away in someone's yard. Anyway, there it was, the Virgil Abloh Louis Vuitton fucking bat kite. And I thought, man, I wish I had that. I don't care what it costs, just to put in the house, somehow hang it to where it looked like it was constantly flying, in your house. It was just fucking cool. Kites. When was the last time somebody talked about a kite on a podcast? You don't get that anywhere else. Shit. Kite flying. Yeah, that's what kind of thug I am. You just did shit when you were a kid, man. You just flew kites. You did some water balloon fights. You did some, playing cards onto your bike tire so it sounded like a motorcycle. You did water weenies, slip and slide, all the simple shit when you were young, pre-internet. Now internet. Now you kids just look at a fucking screen. You're just out there screening or shooting guns. One of the two. Fucking crazy. God damn, man. Kite flying. That wasn't even on my list to talk about, but I'm just such an organic flower when I do solo episodes. Man, I just tell it how it is. Oh, anyway. So Comedy Store, it's got the 50-year anniversary out, and very cool. Hoping to get the tracks onto XM radio sometime in the next few weeks. I got to figure that out on Sound Exchange. I got so much shit to do constantly, It's just like when you just work for yourself, it's constant shit like, oh, fuck, I forgot I got to make a video for the Elko shows. Oh, shit, I got to write jokes. Oh, fuck, I got to book a flight. Oh, man, I got to do a podcast. It's just crazy. It's just unbelievable. Also, I want to shout out right now the Patreoners. God, thank you so much. And there's some special ones out there this week. Emily Arante. I hope I said that right. Just she is the top Patreoner this month, Emily Arante. Also, Bernie Guerrero and Robin Yates. Robin Yates, I've talked about her over and over on this podcast. She is just a pure soul, a constant, great, positive influence on me. Always saying like, I love your podcast. I love your comedy. And she's just, man, so good. Colton Forzy. So some new Patreoners there and some old friends. Thank you all for joining up. It means the world to me. And I will be doing a Zoom Fest tomorrow. I know that for a fact because I don't think I have a set tomorrow. So if you are on Patreon, look for the Zoom Fest. I'm ready. I'm ready to bring you the Zoomies. Episode is brought to you by Standard and Strange. Speaking of clothing, all of my clothing I pick up at standardandstrange.com. Check them out on the Instagram or their website or their stores in New Mexico, New York City, and Oakland/Berkeley. Unbelievable denim, leather, boots, solid humans. Just everything I wear comes from there now, hands down. It's just a one-stop shop for me. Denim galore. I wear the Momotaros. I love the Real McCoy jackets. I've been rocking a Real McCoy Letterman jacket recently and a Y2 car coat. So those are in the mix now. Standardandstrange.com. Also, if you have a dog, Migos Dog. Migos Dog is the cleanest dog food made in Malibu, California. Okay. You can get it at Erewhon, or if you live in the Los Angeles area, they will deliver it to your house. They're doing a special right now. If you go to migosdog.com, sign up, you will get an incredible deal. Also, you can pick it up at any healthy spot in California. Migos Dog, salmon, duck. What else? Gertie eats the beef. It's not out yet, the beef, but Gertie's been testing the beef and loves it. Migosdog.com, all clean, organic, perfect human grade food for your animal. Don't feed it bullshit. All right. There we go. Grammys. Grammys were last night. I didn't even know the Grammys were happening. It's like I just don't have time to think about award shows. I do try to watch the Academy Awards every year because I just love watching, you fall in love with some films and then you're like, let's check it out. I used to watch the Grammys like crazy, and I'm not one of those guys that's like, they don't show any rock anymore. I hear that over and over and over, and it makes me fucking crazy because it's like when rock started, it was all about being outlaws and not part of the system, and you fuckers don't get it, but the people do. That's what I'm always hoping happens with me. The industry doesn't get it, but the people do. They're big Delraysers. But that's how rock started out. And then, it got fucking huge and mainstream in the 80s with all the Bon Jovis and all that stuff. And then they were getting all kinds of awards and they were popular. So, of course, they're on the Grammy Awards. But I don't remember, and I think this is true. I don't think Zeppelin won any Grammys. And I don't think they gave a fuck. And I don't think the Stones won the Grammys back in the day, back in the 72. Did Exile win a Grammy? I don't know. Maybe it did, but I've never seen footage of them showing up and playing, Ventilator Blues on NBC in 1972. They were outlaws, and it was a small core of people that were cool that listened to rock. And then it got big and mainstream. And, if your type of music or your type of art is big, it's going to have the machine reach out because they want to make some money on you and they want people to watch the fucking show. And so they, will have you on. And so, people just every year, it's the same people on the internet. It's crazy. Every year, here they come. Yeah, well, fucking, they don't show any fucking rock, man. It's fucking bullshit, fucking. Fuck, who cares? Go to YouTube. You know how much rock is on YouTube? Rock is played all over the place. Sporting events, the Coffee Bean, fucking any venue. Yeah, rock is everywhere. And it's not on the Grammys right now. Who cares? That's because the people that tune into the Grammys are like old soccer moms that spin around in their SUVs listening to like Adele and Beyonce and stuff. They're not going to want to see Jack White on there or, The Killers or Mastodon or Marcus King. They want to just see some fashion. They want to see some, the people that they hear in their yoga class. And it's fine. And not only that, but hip hop is fucking great. And they showcased the fuck out of hip hop last night. I watched it today. They did a 50-year anniversary of hip hop. And these rock people that could play, man, I listen to everything. I listen to country. Shout out to Willie Nelson, won some Grammys. He's going to be 90 in a few months. They're doing a giant party for him at the Hollywood Bowl. Shout out to Bonnie Raitt. She fucking swept that shit, And what, you think Bonnie Raitt isn't rock? You're out of your mind. A woman, blues guitar player that just, went through probably hell her whole career and had a big era in the 80s. And now she's got a bunch of Grammys, beat out Beyonce and everybody. That shit is rock. That's rock right there. And hip hop is rock. It's dangerous. It's completely in our culture. 100%. I love hip hop as much as I love rock. I have since the day I heard it. Had no idea it was 50 years old. I'm 57. So I thought it was maybe about 45 because I first discovered hip hop right there on Rapper's Delight. And from then on, I'm obsessed with it and always have loved it. Public Enemy, being the all-time greatest for me. Chuck D, no one better. But I listen to hip hop right now, and I'm not one of those guys. And matter of fact, the Beastie Boys was one of the greatest hip hop groups of all time, and they were rock, hip hop, soul, instrumental, weird, jazz, everything. And, it was amazing what the Grammys did for hip hop last night. They gave him 13 minutes and did 3 different eras of hip hop with all of these fucking greats. And, it was done well, man. You got like fucking dude. Hold on. Let me look here. It was unbelievable who was on this. God, you can watch it on YouTube. And I just loved seeing Ice-T back out there just spitting raw game. LL Cool, just unreal. All right, so Busta Rhymes, Wu-Tang, come on, man. Outkast, Missy Elliott, Queen Latifah, big TV star now, fucking started in hip hop. Too Short from Oakland, who I know and see at the Comedy Store here and there, and was part of his video back in the day at the Omni with the Pit Bulls. Jimmy and I talked about that. But I mean, they just went, who was missing? I don't know why, but no Ice Cube, no NWA. And of course, Beasties, because, MCA is gone. Rest in peace. Just a fucking gangster. Anyway, you can watch it on YouTube, and it's just great to see it, from Grandmaster Flash And, like I said, Eric B. Oh, man, it's just so great. I'm looking at the list of it. Chuck D, though, man. Every time I see him, I just lose my mind. I just love Chuck D and Flavor Flav. And there they are still alive, killing it. They still tour. DJ Lord is their DJ, my friend. And it's just great to see that glory from the Grammys. So quit complaining, man. Quit complaining. It's the same thing with the Rock Hall. Those same people, and I hate talking about it every year because I say I'm not going to talk about it anymore. But it's just crazy how it's the same people every year talking about, like, man, this is bullshit. Fucking, I thought it was rock and roll, man. Fucking, what is this? The Rock Hall has some good nominees this year. Let me look at it right here. I grabbed it because, we got, oh man, Soundgarden. God, I'm hoping they go in. Soundgarden, Iron Maiden, of course. I think Maiden will go in because they're still doing arenas, and they did that kind of sidestep for Priest, but I think Maiden will go in. And Joy Division. Oh my God, I still worship that movie. Joy Division's up. George Michael's, Willie Nelson, he's going to go in, hands down. I didn't know he wasn't in, which was strange. Rage Against the Machine needs to be in. Soundgarden. Tribe Called Quest, absolutely. White Stripes, 100%. Warren Zevon's not in. Warren Zevon needs to be in the Rock Hall immediately. Sheryl Crow, she'll go in. She sold 100 million records. She writes her songs. She plays instruments. No matter what you think of it, she's not rock and roll. Sheryl Crow is 100% rock and roll, and has wrote some of the best songs. They're classics. She wrote them. She sang them. She's toured. She's endured some craziness over the years, all the way back to when the guitar player died, right out of the gate. Sheryl Crow, congrats. Spinners, can't believe the Spinners aren't in. How are the Spinners not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? That's absurd. So quit crying out there, people. There's plenty of places you can find your music that you like, and YouTube is the #1 spot. Also, all kinds of rock and roll all over the internet. Hulu, Instagram. Instagram loves rock. Netflix documentaries, Amazon Prime documentaries. There's plenty of rock out there. Yeah. Oh, they didn't get recognized. Well, Ozzy, who just announced his retirement, he won 2 Grammys for Patient Number 9 and that new record. So shout out to Ozzy retiring. People asked what I thought, and I was like, well, I'm just happy that he's still alive. I don't need him to be performing. I know he wants to perform because he talks about it all the time, but I'm just happy he's still alive because we are losing a lot of these legendary rock and rollers. So let's just let him chill and enjoy his grandkids. And I think what he should do is, maybe, since he can't really travel, and I don't know how bad off he is, but maybe a residency in Vegas. Just gets in the elevator, goes straight down to stage, get him out there, let him sing a concert, back up the elevator, chill out for a few days, then do it again. I could see that. A residency would be fantastic. Everybody would fly to Vegas to see that. I still think the Stones should end their career in Vegas. Just Keith and Mick on stage, acoustic, just like they started, in a bedroom. Check out my blues record. Keith, like, that's a pretty good record, mate. Yeah. Tell little stories, strum some acoustic, some harmonica, play like Sweet Virginia. play like Miss You acoustic, play all of Exile, whatever. Just the two of them up there in the career, like a 3-month residency. Be fucking smoking. I know that the shows, first of all, the show would just sell out. There would be no tickets. Two of them in Vegas at one of the primo rooms too, like that one. Let's see, the one Burr does. I forget what that is, or the one Adele plays. Like a really nice fucking room. I finished the Elvis movie, by the way. Speaking of Vegas, I finished it thanks to my man Ryan. He hooked me up with a Rifax with an HBO code. So take that, HBO. I watch some stuff at the house. Next, Netflix. People are furious, right? They're talking about not letting you share your password and stuff. Oh man, people are like, "This is bullshit. You can't share the password. You ain't got nothing good on there. I'm not paying." Everybody wants shit for free, man. Netflix, see, you're gonna get a little taste of the music industry. That's what happens, man. People get shit free. And next thing you know, they don't want to pay. They do not want to pay. You cannot put the genie back in the bottle. So we will see what happens with that. Oh man, what do we got here? Let me look here. I'm babbling away, and I want to get to a couple other things here. What do we? Oh, this happened to me. I was reading the top 20 music industry moneymakers of the year, and fucking Chili Peppers, I think they were number 3, and there were heavyweights on there. I mean heavyweights. And Chili Peppers amount of money they made last year, it made my fucking glasses pop off, man. I was like, Chili Peppers. It's so crazy to think about that band, how much money they made last year. When I think about the history of the Chili's, losing a guitar player, then losing the second one because he quits, then having at one point, Dave Navarro was in the band. Remember that? Dave Navarro was in the fucking Chili Peppers. It was like a cross-pollination of fucking 90s. Yeah, here we go. We got a combo. But these guys made some fucking money, man. And, they are making crazy money right now. And what made me think about this was Flea is selling his house. And I am one of his houses. Now, Flea has I think 5 homes, but he has this house. And I'm an architecture junkie. I love mid-century. I love Lautners. So Flea has this house that is a Lautner up in the Glendale, Pasadena Hills area, Altadena, something like that. It's on this perfect fucking ledge, just overlooking the city, and then he or somebody else built another house that's ultra modern and crazy. It looks like those honeycomb pastas. You ever get those? Mac and cheese. At one point, you could get the honeycomb mac and cheese. Oh, it was deluxe. This wasn't your peasant fucking tubes. This was honeycombs. You were like another level of right above poor. You were a little poor if you had the honeycomb round Kraft macaroni and cheese. So there's another house that looks like that on the lot, and then there's a pool and a fucking log cabin, a new log cabin that Flea had built. This compound, straight up, I can't remember, I think it's $8 million. And I'm going to quote my mom: if I win the lottery, I will call Flea, because I'll get his number from somebody I know, and I will say, Flea, I'll buy your place, and you want to do the podcast. I'll say no. But I would buy this. Now, I'm bummed because I don't need 3 homes. I only like a 1 or 2 bedroom house. I don't need no mansions. I've said it over and over. Fuck a mansion. But this Lautner that's on there, and you can go look at it, put in Flea's house for sale on YouTube and just have your head pop off. This Lautner on there is so worth it that I'm not quite sure what I would do with the other places. I guess they would sit empty, or maybe Gertie would have her own house. Gertie could go chill in the log cabin, and or you just make the honeycomb, the Kraft mac and cheese honeycomb house, make that some kind of cool, I don't know, studio / something. I don't need all that, and the property taxes are going to be fucking insane. But the actual Lautner house is so incredible to me. And, you know, $8 million. That's just one of Flea's houses out of Flea's super paper. I am blown away by the paper that Chili Peppers have made. Now, one, they sold the Under the Bridge record. What is that? Red Hot Minute or something? What's that one called? I can't remember. No, Red Hot Minute's after. But the one with Under the Bridge, that sold during the era of people not stealing music. So just that record alone has probably made those guys most of their money. Then touring, T-shirts, commercials. I remember they were in some commercials for a while there, like Super Bowl stuff. So over the years, just making paper. But holy shit, they were like number 3. I mean, it was crazy to see. Speaking of crazy to see, Springsteen kicked his tour off this week, and I'm obsessed with Springsteen. Always, I haven't always loved him. I didn't love him till Ghost of Tom Joad, but I've seen him since then, and I always go see him live, and I just love Bruce. So I'm fired up. I know this is going to be the last tour. There's no way. This is a 2-year tour. It is intense. These guys are in their 70s. Bruce is in shape, but are the other guys in shape? Do they fucking work out? Because when I looked at the schedule, it's 1 on, 1 off, 1 on, 1 off. This is gnarly. Even for me at 57 years old, I just did the Marcus King tour. And it was like 33, 34 dates or something. I don't know how some of those guys are going to do it. Now, I'm sure Max Weinberg's in shape, and Jake, who's the big man's nephew, plays sax now. He's young. He's got it. But Bruce is still doing an old school 3-hour show. He fucking played 28 songs on the opening night of the tour. 28 songs. The Stones do like 16 or 14 songs. If you look at their set, it used to be 25, then it was 21, then it was like 20. Now they're around 14 songs. And, 28 songs? And they're not 3-minute ditties. Bruce's tunes are long. This fucking guy, I'm telling you, man, this could be dangerous for the health of these guys, man. I want them around. And 1 on, 1 off, 1 on, 1 for 2 years, 25 to 28 songs. Bruce does not fuck around. He has that mentality of like, I'm gonna let you know I'm 24 years old still. I'm gonna play. I'm sliding on my knees. I'm pumping the arm many times. I'm jumping off drum risers. I'm screaming. I'm yelling. I'm going for it. It is intense to see Springsteen. I saw him 3-4 years ago, whenever the last tour was, and I saw him on Broadway. When you see him play with the E Street Band, this guy is like nitrous. And I am fucking, I am, if they pull this off, the 2 years, I will be fucking bowing to that endurance and that physical, it's like NFL game, man. They're in there taking hits. The volume is loud, and the Somebody told me one time, somebody just told me recently, they were watching Bruce play and he played like 4 hours. You know, he used to do some 4 hour shows and shit, no opener. And they were getting ready to leave, like, all right, good night. And then he said, fuck it, let's do one more. And they said they saw Clarence just go, motherfucker. Like Clarence was done. He was done. Like, I'm blowing, I got lungs. I'm blowing into this horn. I'm fucking, I'm done. Oh my God. So I just can't even imagine a year from now, they'll still be on tour. And I'm going to follow this like crazy. I want to see it in at the Garden. I want to see it at the LA Forum. I wish Bruce would do a couple cool things on this tour, just secretly, like one-offs, like Red Rocks and a run at the Hollywood Bowl real quick. Just pop it in there like he did in 75, the Hollywood Bowl. God, that'd be so cool. Just out of nowhere, a pop-up show at at the Red Rocks. Bruce at Red Rocks. Come on. Come on. Come on. Bruce at the Fillmore. Just a pop-up at the Fillmore like he did in 78. That great bootleg live at Winterland. Oh my God, that's a bootleg. You want a bootleg? Go listen to that on YouTube. All right. Shows this week. I'll be at the store, popping around, and Laugh Factory. And then also next week, Elko, Nevada, 2 nights at the Stage Door. And then the following week, we'll be at the Punchline. Hope to see you guys out there. I love all you guys. Hit the patreon.com/Dean Delray. Also, leave a review on iTunes. Subscribe to the podcast on iTunes. Spread the word. Tell everybody about it. Merch is back. The Dean Delray Perry Shawl shirt will be available this week. I still got the Gertie hoodie. Gertie hoodie is in the house. You can buy that. I love all you. Thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. Candles are lit. Love you, Mom. Miss you. Here we go. That is the show. See ya.